Yo guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel, and we are back bringing you with all the latest updates from the football transfer market. And it's been a crazy last day since we made the video yesterday, but starting off then with Jordan Henderson, and we know his contract with Ajax was getting terminated. It has now been terminated, and for Jordan Henderson the priority was to return to England, and he had links with Sunderland, but he will be joining Brentford as a free agent. So Henderson's set to join. The details and the deal is expected to be finalised and announcement this weekend for Henderson as new midfielder, and the agreement is done, and Jordan Henderson will sign a 2-year deal to become new Brentford player after we know Norgard has left Brentford. Conor Gallagher then, who we know signed for Atletico Madrid last summer for €42 million, and a lot of links with him I've noticed quite consistently this summer about him and a potential exit from Atletico Madrid. And we know Atletico Madrid have signed Johnny Cardozo, but Rodrigo de Paul looks like he could leave. Xavi Guerra remains an option for Atleti. So with Gallagher, Conor Gallagher will only leave if Atletico Madrid get a good proposal, because as we know, Conor Gallagher is loved around Atletico Madrid. But with the World Cup year, let's see, because there's a lot of competition for places in the Atletico Madrid squad. But a proposal for around the 42 million of what Atletico Madrid paid for him last summer, or more than that, is what it would likely take for Atleti to consider an exit. And from as we know, there's Premier League clubs who appreciate Conor Gallagher, but no movements made so far. And links with Newcastle from sources has been ruled out, as Newcastle currently not pursuing a deal for Conor Gallagher. Another one then for Atletico Madrid, and we know the top centre-back target was Kökçü Romero from Tottenham Hotspur, but Atletico Madrid are currently not pursuing a deal for Romero after the strong interest he had in the player. And it would only take a crazy proposal from any club for Tottenham to consider the departure, and Atletico Madrid, as we know, aren't prepared to pay that crazy proposal for Romero. Romero was open to the move to the La Liga and Atleti, but as we know, Tottenham would always be difficult to negotiate with, as new manager Thomas Frank views Kökçü Romero as a key player, and he has a contract until 2027, so let's wait and see, because you'd expect Tottenham to try and have a new deal, but for the moment, Atletico Madrid and Romero is off. Orkun Kökçü then is set to join Besiktas on loan from Benfica, and the player did make it clear to Benfica a few days ago that he wants to join Besiktas and become and join the Turkish Super League, and the agreement is done between the clubs for a loan with obligation to buy. So the obligation to buy is €25 million fixed fee, so this will get paid next summer as it is an obligation, plus also €5 million in add-ons, where the add-ons are easy add-ons. So Benfica will get €30 million for Kökçü next summer, and Kökçü playing in Turkey now for Besiktas after the agreement is done on a loan with an obligation to buy. Al Hilal then are moving away from the Victor Osimhen deal after Galatasaray are closing in on the deal for Victor Osimhen, and now they are looking at other options, and they have made contact with Fiorentina over Moise Kean. This is to understand the situation, and we know of the release clause, etc. We know he has that €52 million release clause. Manchester United have him on the list, but no movements made. We know Al Qadsiya, other Saudi side who now have signed Matteo Retegui, tried to sign Keane, but Keane rejected the move to Saudi. But let's wait and see if he rejects a move to Al Hilal. But Al Hilal also will have other options on the list as well, so it's not a guarantee that Moise Kean is a player they move for, but contact has been made, initial inquiries have also been made, and for any club who wants to sign Moise Kean this summer will have to activate that €52 million release clause. Fenerbahce then are closing in on the signing of Marco Asensio, and the deal is at the final stages with PSG for the fee, which at the moment we don't have the details on, but I'm sure we will do. And the final green light is just needed from PSG. And Asensio would always leave this summer at PSG after the World Cup is an aim of his. He had a great loan spell at Aston Villa, but Aston Villa have failed to agree terms. So now he will move on and is likely to join Fenerbahce, because he's already said yes to the move. So the next signing up for Fenerbahce, you will presume, is Asensio, but they're also working on Milan Skriniar are permanent, and also Archie Brown or Fenerbahce. So very active for them, and we could get a few done deals in the next days or so. Alvaro Carreras is set to join Real Madrid on a permanent transfer from Benfica. And this one was expected. We know they tried to sign him before the Club World Cup, but then that didn't happen. So Real Madrid's plan was always to sign Carreras after the Club World Cup. And there's been an agreement in place with the player since June before the Club World Cup. And the agreement is now in place with Benfica after Real Madrid will pay €50 million, but in instalments to there. So he was the top target for a new left back, and they've got him. And let's wait and see if Real Madrid make any more moves. But Carreras will have medical tests and he'll sign in as new Real Madrid player, a new left back. Nottingham Forest then made a new bid for Juan Wissa after we know they've had long-term interest from January, where they had a bid in January rejected for 25 million. And this bid from Nottingham Forest was believed to be below that initial bid and way below Brentford's valuation. And Brentford likely, do not want to lose Johan Wissa and Brian Mbeumo in the same window, as talks remain ongoing between Manchester United and Brentford over Mbeumo. And Brentford value Wissa in excess of £50 million. So over 50 million they do value Wissa at, but Nottingham Forest, after the Elanga exit, are making moves for new forwards. Now then, crazy story in the last 24 hours, which is Morgan Gibbs-White. So Tottenham Hotspur had the medical test scheduled for today after they informed Nottingham Forest that they would activate the £60 million release clause for Morgan Gibbs-White. And this came as a surprise to, I think, everybody there, but it all seemed as if he would take place as a new signing after Mohamed Kudus, Morgan Gibbs-White. And Nottingham Forest have made a complaint, or preparing a complaint, to send to the Premier League for Morgan Gibbs-White move to Tottenham. So at the moment, the deal between these two talks have stopped, everything due to this complaint. So Nottingham Forest are working on a potential legal action, as they believe Spurs have made an illegal approach to the player. And also as well, regarding the £60 million release clause, they believe also that it has been done illegally. So let's wait and see with this one. If Nottingham Forest fail, obviously then Morgan Gibbs-White will become a Tottenham Hotspur player. But as of now, I'm expecting this one to be a big story in the next hours and days, with more updates coming for you. Noni Madueke then set to join Arsenal on a permanent transfer from Chelsea, and it's Arsenal's fourth signing, of this window, as an agreement is in place for a £52 million package for Noni Madueke. And then medical tests will take place, and it's a new option for the forward line for Arsenal. And 5-year deal will be signed by Madueke, who has been given permission to travel from the US over to London to complete medical tests and then become Arsenal player. So it's a new forward option, great depth on that right hand side between Bukayo Saka and Noni Madueke. But that is it from me. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.